We carry the weight every day. 001 of the world on our backs. 0404. We have a lot of choices to make. 006. Too many responsibilities. 008. And sad about what could have been. 10 seconds. If things had been different. 13 seconds. But what if I told you? 114 that an idea that's 2,000 years old. 117. It might be the key. 018. How to clear your mind of stuff. 20 seconds and getting peace. 121 in this never-ending chaos. 224. We're going swimming today. 025 into the powerful lessons. 027 of Marcus Aurelius. 028. The Emperor of Rome. 130, who also thought in a serious way. 033, his ideas about what makes people tick. 035, and how the world works. 036 are more important now than ever. 039, I chose Stoicism because 041, you can change how you do things. 042 to the difficulties of life. 044 turning each thing around. 046 turned into a step. 047 to gain more knowledge. 049 and peace of mind. 051. Stay around to find out. 02. 52. How old knowledge. 0454 can offer new answers. 056. Assisting you grow. 057. Strength and clarity. 059 when life is rough. 11. It's not just history. 13. It's about changing the way you think. 106. To do well in the world today. 108. If you know someone. 109 who is lost. 1010 in the noise of everyday life. 1012. Send them this movie. 114. It could be. 115. The light they need. 116. And thanks for reading. 118. What we're doing right now. 119. What you can do to help us the most. 111 is to click that subscribe button. 123. Stay with us. 124 through the whole movie. 126 to fully understand. 127 how these tried and true methods. 129 can change everything. 130 your thoughts and how you live. 133 allow us to begin. 139. It's not just about seeing. 141, having different things. 142. It's about changing our whole. 144, how to deal with the problems. 145, and things we experience every day. 148, Julius Caesar. 150, told us that our view. 151, shape our lives. 152, more than just the events. 155. It's a big change. 156, from just moving. 158, to the world around us. 159, to actively making our lives better. 202, by picking how we understand. 204, and talk back to them. 205, think about this. 207, every time you're angry or stressed. 210, there is a chance. 211, when you're stuck in traffic. 213, having your heart rate go up. First lesson. 215, that's a moment. 216, to improve how you see things. 218, Stoicism helps us understand this. 221, not as a waste of time or a bother. 224, but as a chance to think. 226, maybe to listen. 228, the radio or an audiobook. 230, changing an annoying wait time. 231, into a useful one. 233, of peace and quiet during the day. 236, in our everyday lives. 237, a lot of the time, we take an inactive stance. 240, letting go of our first emotions. 242, as the only way to see things. 245, but what if we stop? 246, for even 1 second. 248, to ask about that response. 250, what if we inquire? 252, is there another way? 253, how to look at this? 256, using this method. 257 is the most important part of Stoic training. 259. It changes more than just our mood. 301. Right now. 302. It slowly changes shape. 304. Our deepest thoughts and feelings. 307 as an example. 308. If you're stressed out. 309. Because of a big job at work. 311. Instead of giving in to stress. 313. A tough stance. 314. Would like you to cry. 316. Job into parts that are easier to handle. 318. Pay attention to one thing at a time. 321. This changes how you see things. 323. From seeing 324, an impossible problem to solve. 326 to seeing it 327 as a list of steps that can be taken. 329. This not only lowers stress, 332, but also makes you more productive. 334. And being happy with your work. 337. Teaching your mind to see things. 338 also means 339. Being aware of the present moment. 342. It's about keeping your thoughts clear. 344. Get too excited about what was 346, or what might be 348. This being aware. 350. An important part of Stoicism. 352 is all about being fully present. 354 and being thankful. 355 at this very moment. 357, which then 358 can make you happier. 400, a happy and full life. 402. So let's try to use this. 404. Take a lesson from Marcus Aurelius. 406. In our daily lives, every time. 409. Even if it seems small or difficult. 4011 is a chance to get better at being calm. 4014. To improve how we see things. 415. And to change the way things are. 417 from inside out. 419 in this way. 420. We make our own lives better too. 423. However, 423, be a strong model for other people. 426, on how to be a better leader. 428, and living on purpose. 436. This lesson is one of the main ones. 438 of the Stoic view. 440, and it's a lot more. 441 more than just keeping your lip up. 443. It's about getting it. 444, and taking care of your emotions. 446, in a way that is good for your mind. 449, and health in general. 451, Julius Caesar. 452, who had to do his part. 453, full of problems and crises. 455, as Emperor of Rome. 456, wrote a lot about how important. 458, capable of keeping calm. 500, not to hold back feelings. 502, but to use them in a good way. 504. Picture yourself in. 506, when something goes wrong at work. 508, possibly a project. 509, you've spent hours. 509 into is suddenly called off. 5012, it's okay to feel a rush. 514, feeling let down. 515, maybe even anger. 518, no matter what Stoicism teaches us. 520, to step back. 521, and think about these feelings. 524, what's wrong with me? 526, what's the lost work? 527, the change in plans. 529, or the fear of what will happen. 532, by breaking down these feelings. 534, you're not just putting up with them. 537, but eagerly seeking out where they came from. 539, and what it means. 540, it's not about denial with this power. 543, to be calm, you don't have to. Second lesson. 545, to ignore how sad you are. 547, ouch, or anger. 548, instead, it makes you want to. 551, these feelings, to acknowledge them. 553, Learn about their roots 554 and then choose 555, what they'll be able to do to you. 558, will you let anger get to you? 559, pick the next meeting for you. 601, or will you be able to sense the feeling? 604, figure out where it came from. 605, and get some work done. 607, to change strategies. 608, and move on. 610. In addition, 611, keeping your feelings in check. 613 means staying true to your values. 615, peace and calm. 616, through the ups and downs of life. 619 as an example. 620. If someone gives you negative feedback on your work. 623, the quick knee-jerk. 624 could be to strongly defend yourself. 627, or to pull back when hurt. 629, an icy attitude, though 630 would like you to pause. 632, and look at the comments without bias. 634, is it really true? 636, will it help me get better? 638, this way. 639, you change. 640, how something painful could happen. 642 turned into a good chance to learn. 645, don't forget. 647, the little annoyances that happen every day. 649, it could be the traffic in the morning. 651, or a long line at the coffee shop. 653, even though these moments seem small. 656, these chances are perfect. 657, to follow the rules of Stoicism. 700, instead of giving in to impatience. 701, or anger to gain strength. 703, use this time to become more aware. 706, or make a day plan. 708, through a different lens. 7010, you are in charge of how you feel. 713, to change, and 714 times that could be stressful. 716, into times of quiet reflection. 718, or useful ways of thinking. 721, getting better at controlling our feelings. 723, not just about getting things done. 725, peace of mind. 726, it has to do with growing. 727, grit that makes a difference. 729, everything about our lives. 732, letting us. 732, getting through tough times with grace. 734, and avoid possible fights. 736, turn into chances to grow. 745, the thought is simple but deep. 748, know what you have power over. 750, what you can't do. 751, and direct your energy in that way. 753, sure, this might sound easy. 755, but in real life. 756, it's a very effective way to lower stress. 759, and making you more powerful. 801, in your daily life and at work. 804, remember the last time. 805, when you were in a situation. 807, you couldn't do anything about that. 809, maybe a flight that was late. 810, or a change at work you didn't expect. 813, what comes naturally. 815 is often anger or frustration. 818, but the calm way of thinking. 820 tells us to think again. 821, how we respond to these kinds of situations. 824, the weight is out of our hands. 826, we can change how we react to it though. 829, do we let it make us sad? 831, and the people around us. 834, or do we just accept what is? 836, pick out a nice spot to sit. 838, and maybe catch up. 840, working on a book or something. 842, Julius Caesar. 843 would tell us. 844, to put our strength to good use. 846, in events we can change. 848, like getting ready for a speech. 850, or taking care of our health. 852, we need to take strong action. 853, and the fullest promise. 8:55. But in these cases, 8:56, where we don't have much power, 8:58 or not there at all, 8:59. Getting worried doesn't help, 9:02. It only drains our energy, 9:04, and makes it hard to judge, 9:07. Let's use this, 9:08, to a more personal level, 9:09, such as relationships. Third lesson, 9:11, you can't handle it. 9:12, how someone else acts or feels. 9:14, but you have power. 9:16, what you do and how you react. 9:18, if a friend, 9:19, is having a rough time, 9:20, and seems far away. 9:22, you can't make them do it. 9:23, to talk or alter their state of mind. 9:25, of course you can offer your help. 9:27, tell them you're there. 9:28, when they're ready, they can talk. 9:30, in this way, you can focus. 9:32, on the part of the situation that can be changed. 9:34, your job as a helpful friend. 9:37, not on the part that can't be controlled. 9:39, what is their mental state? 9:41, in addition, 9:42, the following rule. 9:43 isn't just about cutting down 9:45 feeling bad thoughts. 9:46, but also about staying as efficient as possible. 9:49, and success in everything you do. 9:52 as an example. 9:53, if you're in charge of a work project. 9:55, pay attention to the elements. 9:57, you can directly make decisions. 9:59, like how you plan 10-0 and the drive of your team. 10:03, instead of getting off track. 10:05, due to worries. 10:06, not in your control. 10:08, things like market conditions. 10:10, or acts of competitors. 10:12, combining the two ideas. 10:14, to take charge of your life. 10:16, not just about staying away from. 10:18, adding extra stress. 10:19, forgiveness is the point. 10:21, being aware of this is freeing. 10:24, even though we can't. 10:25, everything that takes place to us. 10:27, we have control over how we respond. 10:29, making us stronger and more aggressive. 10:32, it's about how to spend our limited time. 10:34, and time on things that really matter. 10:37, and can be changed by what we do. 10:40, this is the main point. 10:41 is living a quiet life, useful. 10:44, stable and on task. 10:46, steps that can be taken. 10:47, that help you grow as a person. 10:49, and peace. 10:56, Julius Caesar. 10:57, when he wrote for himself. 10:59, reflected a lot. 11:00, on how qualities like wisdom. 11:02, truth, courage and moderation. 11:04, can have a big impact on our lives. 11:06, these aren't just ideas. 11:08, meant to have serious discussions. 11:11, they are useful tools. 11:12, that guide our daily lives. 11:13, do things and talk to others. 11:15, take knowledge as an example. 11:17, it's not just information. 11:19, or intelligence. 11:20, it has to do with real life. 11:22, that kind of knowledge. 11:23, in the real world. 11:25, being wise means. 11:26, seeing things for what they really are. 11:28, not the way we want them to be. 11:30, this means picking a path. 11:32, not based on short-lived feelings. 11:34, or pressures from outside. 11:36, but it was clear. 11:37, and a sensible understanding. 11:39, what was going on. 11:40, when you're 11:41, having to make a tough choice at work. 11:43, using your brain. 11:44 means looking past short-term gains, 1146, or sheds, 1147, and thinking about 1148. What your choices will mean in the long run, 1151. Then there's bravery, 1153, which isn't just facing 1154 danger to the body, 1155, but also about facing what 1157, the fights we have with ourselves every day. 12, it needs bravery. 1201 to stand up for what's right. 1203 to stay strong. 1204 when your ideals are put to the test. 1206 and to own up to your mistakes. 1208 and find out what they did. 1209, this bravery. 12010 helps people trust and be honest. 12012, both with other people and with ourselves. 12016, Stoughton's idea of justice. 12018, more than just law. Fairness, the fourth lesson. 1220, it's about how to treat other people. 1222, with honor and respect. 1224, it has to do with how you act. 1225, that's fair and even. 1227, think about more than just your own wants. 1229, but also what other people need. 1232, it's in the way you talk to people. 1234, along with co-workers. 1234, friends or strangers. 1236, what doing justice means. 1238, trying to be kind to. 1239, of moral balance in what you do. 1242, to have temperance or self-control. 1245 is maybe. 1245, a trait that is hard to reach. 1247, in the world today. 1249, need for instant pleasure. 1251, everything should be done in balance. 1254, whether that means controlling your urges. 1256, keeping your feelings in check. 1258, or going the middle way. 1300, when the extremes seem more appealing. 13.3, temperance by following. 1305, ensure that your wants come true. 1307, do not let anger cloud your judgment. 1308, or keep you away. 13010, from what really matters to you. 13012, adding these qualities to your daily life. 13015, does not just happen. 1316, it takes deliberate work and thought. 1320, it could mean stopping. 1322, before getting angry. 1323, taking a moment to think about. 1325, what your words will lead to. 1326, before you talk. 1328, or making up. 1328, to give up a quick pleasure. 1331, for the sake of the long term. 1333, it gets easier to make these decisions over time. 1336, as the thing that. 1337, of virtue makes your character stronger. 1339, and your desire. 1341, having Stoic values makes life more interesting. 1344, more purpose in life. 1346, it's not about hiding who you are. 1349, but making it happen. 1350, not about taking away your happiness. 1353, but making it deeper. 1354, by remembering these good traits. 1357, you not only deal with life's problems. 1359, faster and better. 1401, but you also make the world a better place. 1403, world that is fairer and smarter. 1406. So as we go about our day. 1409, don't forget. 14010, it is asked of Marcus Aurelius to be good. 1412, it's a map that helps us find our way. 1414, what makes life so hard. 1416, making sure that each step we take. 1419 is based on respect. 1421 and reason. 1429, using this method. 1429, plan ahead for more than just the long term. 1432, or planning ahead. 1433, keeping things in perspective is important. 1436, It's about getting it 1438 each and every challenge, 1439 every choice, and every second, 1441 is part of a bigger story in our lives. 1445 taking a step back and looking back at our adventures from a big point of view of advantage. We can see how even it seems, 1452 having and looking back at our adventures, 1447 from a big point of view of advantage, 1449. We can see how even it seems, 1452 having bad experiences, 1453 can help us grow, 1455 and greatest happiness, 1457. Picture yourself in 1459 taking what looks like a big hit. Fifth lesson, 1501. A project doesn't go through 1503, or you fail at something personally, 1506. It's simple to get caught up, 1508 in the pain right now, 1509, sadness and letdown, 1510. A patient attitude, on the other hand, 15013, means asking yourself 15015, how this fits, 1516, in the grand plan of things, 1518. It's possible that this loss is a chance. 1521 to learn something important. 1523, maybe 1523. It points you in the right direction. 1525 better, matched 1526 with your long-term plans. 1529 by consistently thinking 1531. The big picture. 1532. You don't get stuck. 1533 through the maze of daily life. 1535 this bigger picture view. 1537 helps you decide what to do first. 1539 in response to 1540. If something doesn't change a lot, 1543 change your long-term plans. 1545 or your ability to live a good life. 1548, then maybe 1548. It doesn't call for a strong 1550. How you feel about it, 1551, or a big change in your plans, 1554. This doesn't mean skipping over details, 1556 ignoring the present, 1558. Instead, it's about making sure 1600 that your attention and energy, 1602 are lined up, 1603 with your general values and goals, 1606. Also, this Stoic practice, 1609 pushes us to think, 16010 thoughts on our part, in the web of life, 1613. It makes us think of 1614, that we are a part of a group. 1617, that what we do has effects. 1619, choosing what to do. 1621, don't just think about how they affect you. 1624, however. 1624, how they make people around you feel. 1626, the earth and wildlife. 1628, in this way. 1629 of being connected is what grounds 1631 and often makes people more caring. 1633, kindness and caring actions. 1635, when it comes to relationships. 1637, always look at the big picture. 1640, can keep us from responding too strongly. 1642, not to small complaints. 1643, or misunderstandings. 1645, when disagreements come up. 1648, instead of focusing in on 1649 on the noise. Right now, 1651. Ask yourself, 1652. What's important here? 1655 is making your point more important. 1657, more important than the union's health. 17. An awful lot of the time. Keeping 1702 peace and understanding. 1704 is a lot more important than being right. 1706 at any given time. 1708, taking this stern lesson to heart. 17010 in our daily lives. 1711 can bring about big changes. 1713 in the way we see our wins. 1714 and obstacles. It makes you stronger. 1717. Let's see 1718, that which feels too much right now. 1721. There is only one chapter. 1722. Part of a much bigger story. 1724. So as we move around 1725, how hard our days are to understand. 1727. Don't forget to zoom out. 1729 and look at the big picture. 1731. It is a strong tool. 1732 that not only helps us. 1734. Deal with the ups and downs of life. 1736. Faster and better. 1737. But also gets deeper. 1738. How much we value the trip itself. 1742 as we end our tour for the day. 1744 based on Stoic ideas. 1745 from the point of view of Marcus Aurelius. 1748. It is clear that these old 1749, the lessons teach more than just 1751, philosophical thoughts. 1753, they give us useful ideas. 1755, things that can deeply. 1757, how they affect our everyday lives. Stoicism. 1830, with its emphasis on virtue. 1802, in power and in view. 1804 helps us find our way. 1805, the difficulties and difficulties. 1807 of our times. 1808, with strength and knowledge. 1811, remember. 1812, what Stoicism is all about. 1814 is not about keeping feelings in check. 1816, or ignoring the good things in life. 1818, this is about recognizing. 1820, what really counts. 1822, what we said. 1823, who we are and how we've grown. 1826, Julius Caesar. 1827, taught us that living isn't about. 1829, what takes place to us. See you soon. 1830, but how we handle what happens. 1834, this point of view is powerful. 1836, it changes us from a reflexive state. 1838, where the world throws us off. 1841, to taking the lead. 1843, where we're in charge. 1845, of our own lives. 1846, the lessons. 1847. What we've talked about today are tools. 1850, like any tool. 1851, how well they work, depends. 1853, about how we use them. 1854, the ways these. 1855, don't just make life easier for us. 1857, they help us do well. 1859, they make our relationships stronger. 1901, make us more productive. 1903, and real peace and happiness to us. 1906, let's make a promise to integrate. 1908, follow these Stoic rules. 1910, into our daily lives. 1912, let each test come. 1913, be a chance to get better. 1915, and each setback. 1916, a lesson in being strong. 1919, extra time. 1920. Most likely, you'll find 1921 that these ideas are more than just intellectual ones. 1923, but real, actionable steps. 1926, that make a happier. 1927, and a meaningful life. 1929, thanks for taking part. 1931, this somber journal. 1933, to gain more knowledge. 1934, watch to keep looking around. 1936, one of the movies told you about. 1938 on your screen. 1939, be strong and calm.